How do I know this is going to work for me? I'm Joseph. This is Input English. Let's get started. Today we're going to talk about the secret sauce. I'm going to offer 5 reasons that the approach we take on the Input English channel is going to help you a lot in your journey to learn English or to improve your English. Secret sauce. I used a term at the beginning, secret sauce or special sauce. That comes out of marketing in the United States. It dates back to the 1940s. Marketing of products is very big in the United States, and the advertising campaigns frequently try to outdo each other to get customers to come to their product or their service. McDonald's advertised heavily on television, and they used the term special sauce in their ads. It became an expression that people expected to hear. I think we can give McDonald's credit for popularizing the idea of special sauce or secret sauce. Really, to define that term, we're talking about some sort of ingredient that makes the product or service special. So what are the 5 characteristics of the Input English channel that are designed to support you and your needs? Well, let's start with number 1. Comprehensible Input is widely recognized as the best way to learn most languages. This is not some strange approach to learning language that I just made up earlier this year, and I'm trying to convince people around the world that it will work. No, the research that supports this channel dates back to the 1970s. The experts that I go to, the sources of information on comprehensible input that I really value include the work of Krashen, the work of Marvin Brown, and more recently, the work of Pablo Roman. Now, Pablo created the Dreaming Spanish website, and he incorporated comprehensible input into his website very thoroughly and very effectively. So I feel that with this channel, Input English, I am standing on the shoulders of giants. And none of this methodology for comprehensible input came from me. I am using techniques that were developed by experts. Number 2, diversity of topics. The subject matter of a video for comprehensible input defines the vocabulary and the expressions that are being presented. So by having videos on a variety of topics, you get a much bigger presentation of the English language. It's not just one type of video with a very restricted vocabulary. This is why I make so many different kinds of videos. Number 3, we need to notice things. We need to notice things in life. We need to notice things in language learning. And this is why I play this little game with you of changing the things on the end of the mantelpiece. This is not trivial. This is one of the main ingredients for the language learner to be successful. You have to notice things. Now, that doesn't mean you need to gobble up a lot of your time noticing every little thing and making flashcards and making lists of vocabulary. No. We need to be more efficient than that. When I say notice something, I just mean rest your mind on it. Just see it, notice it, and you're done. You don't have to diagram it. You don't have to draw it in 3 dimensions, and you certainly don't have to make vocabulary lists. But the game I'm playing with the mantelpiece is just a very gentle, respectful reminder that we have to notice things. And that should remind you that in this content that I produce, you will notice new words and phrases, but they're all presented in context. And so just the way you notice that candle that I lit before this video, you can notice the various expressions that are in this same video. The fourth ingredient for our channel is your inherent human curiosity. I want people to be curious. Again, this doesn't mean that every time you see a new word, you have to invest 2 hours investigating it. No. But when you notice something in context, maybe you understand it, maybe you don't. Now you've got some choices. One is if you can deduce from the context what it probably means, then you're done because you're going to hear that word again and again. If you don't understand the word, but you understand the discussion or the story, again, you can just let it be. You can just let it go, jump over it. Because again, you're going to see that word again. It will come back to you. But then there's another situation where you see a word or an expression and it's intriguing. It's interesting. It's got a funny ring to it. It's got a funny sound to it. Or it reminds you of an expression in your own language. Or it reminds you of the difficulty we have expressing that thought in various languages. When you see or hear an expression or a word in these videos that intrigues you, that piques your curiosity, that gets you very, very interested in that expression, then you can celebrate that. That's the time I break out a dictionary, or in this case, a dictionary app, and look it up. If it's a fascinating topic, I might find myself in Wikipedia doing a deep dive. This is time well spent. I presume when you go to Wikipedia and look things up, ideally you are using Wikipedia in English. So when you look up a word or you research a topic, ideally you're getting more input as you pursue that little activity. So what I would like people to do is celebrate their curiosity. It's a human trait that really makes us powerful. Number 5 is confidence that this will work. Early on, I recognized that people need confidence to know that this will work, and that's why I have made so many videos on how comprehensible input works and how you can implement comprehensible input, how you can use it for your advantage, and how you can avoid the pitfalls of learning language. When I make a video about language learning, of course, that's in English, and you're listening to it in English. Therefore, all of those videos are more input, and they're input on a particular subject. So the vocabulary that you get on those videos is typical of that subject matter. It feeds the diversity of input that you want. What would it be like if we didn't do that? What if all my comprehensible input videos were discussing only topics in biochemistry or organic chemistry? Well, that's simple. I would lose 95 to 98% of the audience, maybe 100%, because it would not serve their needs and it wouldn't be interesting for most people. So this is why we need this diversity of subject matter, not only to get diverse expressions and vocabulary, but also to satisfy your needs in terms of keeping you interested. People like variety. As of this recording date in early 2025, the library of videos for this channel is more than 210 full-length videos. They average about 13 minutes each, perhaps a little longer than that. So what that means for you, the language learner, is this channel has archived more than 45 hours of input that you can obtain for yourself. You can absorb from this one source without watching any videos twice. If you were to watch each video on this channel a total of 3 times, that would give you about 140 hours of input. I have discussed in other videos the principles that we get from cognitive psychology and the way we can use those principles to improve our learning of this content. There are 2 main ways to improve your retention and learning from this content. One is called interleaving, and the other is called spacing. Once you get into the library and are going through the videos one after another, then interleaving and spacing are taken care of by the structure of that library. Interleaving means that if you want to learn this subject here, you review it, and then you go look at other material, different subjects, different activities. Get your mind off of this, and then come back to it after you've looked at other material. Interleaving, you fold other topics into your learning process. Spacing simply means that you review the material and then you don't review it until some significant time has passed. I usually think in terms of a week or 2 minimum. Between interleaving and spacing, comprehensible input becomes even more effective. The trouble with the principles coming out of cognitive psychology is they're a little counterintuitive and they don't match what we learned in school. In school, we are taught memorize, 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 but that is to give us better performance on a test. And Input English is not interested in performance on a test. We want performance in life. We want people to learn this and make this language their own. What I'm trying to do here is create a bridge so that people can watch this content, enjoy this content, learn a great deal from it, and then move to native content, podcasts, audiobooks, television series, movies, whatever you like. This content is designed to have the language very concentrated in each episode so that you get a great deal of input that's useful to you for every hour you spend watching videos. The trouble with native content is it's not designed for language learning. And so native content may have a lot of chase scenes, music, knowing looks, explosions, arguments, and fights. And you don't learn much language from all that very entertaining action. Really, the secret sauce of this channel that benefits you includes the large and growing library of videos that you can use, watch them, rewatch them over time, and learn from them. And then the other thing is I'm talking to you as an adult with respect, knowing that you already understand a lot of English, you speak English, and you're just trying to bring your skills up to a higher level. I hope that helps you understand why things are done this way on this channel. And if you like videos like this, be sure to click on this one next. See you soon.